In a realm beneath the waves, where sunlight danced soared through shimmering currents and coral gardens bloomed in vibrant hues, lived a mermaid named Seraphina. With hair like spun gold and eyes the color of the clearest ocean, she was a creature of beauty and grace. Yet it was her voice that enchanted all who heard it. Seraphina sang songs that echoed through the deep weaving tales of love and longing, of joy and sorrow, that could make even the most hardened of sea creatures weep. But one day, as she swam near the surface, she caught sight of a ship sailing across the horizon. It was a magnificent vessel, its sails billowing like clouds against the sky. Drawn by curiosity, Seraphina rose to the surface, her heart pounding with excitement. It was there, amidst the laughter of sailors and the crash of waves, that she first saw him. The prince. He stood at the bow, a figure of strength and elegance, his laughter ringing like a bell. Seraphina felt an unfamiliar stirring within her, something deeper than the tides that surrounded her. Day after day, she returned to the surface, watching him from afar, her heart swelling with a love that felt both exhilarating and terrifying. She longed to speak to him, to share her songs, but the barrier of water kept her hidden, a mere spectre in the depths. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Seraphina made a fateful decision. She would trade her voice for a chance to walk upon the land, to be with the prince. With determination, she sought out the sea witch, a creature feared by all for her cunning and dark magic. The witch resided in a cave adorned with the bones of those who had come before, their dreams lost to the depths. Seraphina approached, her heart racing, and with a voice that trembled with both fear and hope, she made her plea. The witch listened, her eyes gleaming with mischief, and after a moment's pause, she agreed to the bargain. In exchange for Seraphina's beautiful voice, she would grant her the ability to walk on land. But there was a catch. If Seraphina failed to win the prince's love, she would be doomed to live as sea foam, her essence scattered across the ocean forever. With a heavy heart, Seraphina accepted the terms. The witch's magic enveloped her, twisting and turning until she felt her tail dissolve into legs, and the world around her shifted. She gasped, not just from the shock of the transformation, but from the realization that she could no longer sing. Her voice, the very essence of her being, was gone. Yet the thought of the prince filled her with determination. She would find a way to win his heart. When Seraphina stepped onto the shore, the grains of sand felt foreign beneath her new feet. She stumbled, but the thrill of being human pushed her forward. The sun warmed her skin, and the air filled her lungs in a way she had never experienced. She ventured into the nearby village, her heart racing as she searched for the prince. She saw him in the marketplace, surrounded by laughter and the bustle of townsfolk. He was even more handsome up close, his eyes sparkling with kindness as he spoke to those around him. Seraphina approached, her heart pounding with hope and fear. But without her voice, she could only watch as he interacted with others, unable to express the depth of her feelings. Days turned into weeks, and while they spent time together, Seraphina's inability to communicate weighed heavily on her. She learned to convey her emotions through gestures and expressions, but it was never enough. The prince was drawn to her, captivated by her beauty and the mystery that surrounded her, yet he could not understand the depths of her heart. As summer faded into autumn, Seraphina felt the weight of despair settle in her chest. The prince was to marry a noblewoman, a union that would secure his place on the throne. The news shattered her, a cruel reminder of the price she had paid for love. She wandered along the shore, her heart heavy with sorrow, the waves crashing against the rocks, echoing her grief. In that moment, she realized that she had sacrificed everything for a love that might never be. On the eve of the prince's wedding, Seraphina returned to the sea, her heart aching with longing. She stood at the water's edge, the moonlight shimmering on the surface like a pathway to her home. As she gazed into the depths, she felt a pull, a calling that resonated with her very soul. She remembered the songs she had sung, the joy of being one with the ocean, and the freedom it had brought her. She had traded her voice for love, but in doing so, she had lost herself. With tears streaming down her cheeks, Seraphina stepped into the water, feeling the familiar embrace of the waves. As she submerged, the magic of the sea enveloped her once more, and she felt her tail reform, the water swirling around her like a warm embrace. She sang then, a haunting melody that echoed through the depths, a song of farewell to the world above. Her voice was restored, a chorus of longing and release that resonated with the very essence of the ocean. In that moment, she understood that love was not just about possession or sacrifice. It was about freedom and acceptance. She had loved the prince deeply, but her heart belonged to the sea. As she swam deeper into the depths, the weight of her sacrifice lifted, and she felt a sense of peace wash over her. The ocean was her home, a place where she could be true to herself, where her voice could soar without bounds. Though she had lost the chance to walk among humans, Seraphina had found her way back to the heart of the ocean, where she would sing her songs for eternity, a mermaid in harmony with the tides, forever free.